A very warm welcome, students, in the another session of mathematics. Today I am going to start a new chapter, that is algebraic identities. Before we start with the exercise, first you'll recall what the word algebraic means. Algebraic expression means any expression which has variables, constant, and fundamental operations must be there in between them. Now we come to the word identities. Identity is any formula which is true for all the values of the variable, then that formula is known as identity. A general formula which always holds true irrespective of the value of the variables involved is called identity. That means it is going to be true in all the cases whatever the value may be. Then we recall the distributive law. What this distributive law means, this if we multiply A with B plus C, that means this A is multiplied with B as well as this is multiplied with C. So what our answer becomes? It becomes AB plus AC. If we have a plus b multiplied with x plus y. See children, no sign is there, that means it is going to be multiplication. So how we are going to apply the distributive law? So a is multiplied with this bracket and b is also multiplied with this bracket. So how we write? A into x plus y. Now between the two a and b we have plus sign, so I write plus sign. B into, it is also being multiplied with x plus y, and then we multiply a with x, a with y, b with x and b with y. So we get ax plus ay plus bx plus by, and then we'll add this is the way we write the answer. Now I am going to discuss the identities given in the chapter. The first identity that I am going to talk about is given x plus a into x plus b. See how this identity is framed. If we apply the distributive law, that means this x is multiplied with x plus b as well as this a is multiplied with x plus b. So I write x bracket x plus b. Then plus sign is there, so I write plus sign a, and a is also multiplied with x plus b. Now this x is multiplied with both the terms inside the bracket as well as a, both the terms are going to be multiplied. So what we get? X square plus bx plus ax plus b into b will give you b to the power 2. It's not b, it's a children. So a into b will give you ab. Now bx and ax both are the like terms, so we add these two, so it becomes x square. X is common to both, so I take it out, x common. What we are left with? A plus b, whether it is b plus a or a plus b, both the ways it is correctly, plus ab. So this way we obtain the first identity. X plus a into x plus b is actually equal to x square plus bracket a plus b into x and plus ab. Then I discuss identity 2. What the second identity is? It is given x plus a into x minus b. So now instead of multiplying and showing the answers, I'll write the identity directly. See, this is now a is plus and b is minus. So how we are going to write? X square plus bracket we have a plus b. If both are positive, so we are writing a plus b. Here we have b negative, so we are going to write a minus b into x This is plus, this is minus, so it will become minus AB. So the identity for the second one is x square plus a minus b into x into minus ab. Similarly, the third identity that we are going to discuss is x minus a and x plus b. Now a is negative and b is positive. So how we are going to write the identity? First you write the x square, then plus sign. A is negative and b is positive, so we'll write b minus a into x. Again, one is positive and one is negative, so it is going to be minus ab. The fourth identity is of x minus a and x minus b. Both a and b are negative. So how we write? Again we write x square. Now as both is negative, so we take the negative sign out and we write minus out and we write a plus b into x. As both are negative, the multiplication of two negative sign, that is going to become positive. Minus into minus becomes plus, so it becomes plus ab. This way we learned the four identities. If we have xa plus x plus b, so we are going to write x square, add both the terms, multiplied with x and plus ab. If one is positive, another is negative, then it is going to be minus ab. One is negative, another is positive, minus ab. If both are negative, then it is going to be plus ab. And a minus b, if a is positive, b is negative, then it becomes a minus b. If a is negative and b is positive, then it becomes b minus a. And if both are negative, so negative sign is coming out and we are writing them with the positive sign inside the bracket. And x square is with all. So it's this way it's easy to memorize the identities. Now I discuss exercise 13a. First I discuss question number 1. It is mentioned in the question line, find the product. Here we have b plus 2 and b plus 9. So as I told you, both are positive. So what identity is going to be? The square of the first term, that is becoming b square. Then as both are positive, so it is going to be positive. This is 2 and this is 9. So we are going to write 2 plus 9 into b. Again both are positive, so plus sign, 2 into 9. So what the answer line becomes? B square. 9 plus 2 will give you 11b. 9 2 is 18. So this way you are going to write the answer. So we have applied the identity number 1 over here. See student, question number, all the questions up to 7 or 6 we have 4 parts. So we are question number 1, we are going to do all the last 2 subparts in the copy, that is the third one and the fourth one. I have discussed the third one, so I will discuss second one. I have discussed. Now I am going to discuss the third one. C plus 2, C plus 3 by 5. Okay, so the first term is going to be c square. Both are positive, so plus sign. First constant is 2, another is 3 by 5. The 2 plus 3 by 5 multiplied with c, and the last term will be 2 into 3 by 5. So it becomes c square 2 whole 3 by 5. Those who don't know the addition verbally, they will take the LCM and find the addition. They have to increase one more step. Plus 3 2s is 6 by 5. This way we write c square 13 by 5c plus 6 by 5. Now in fair copy, you are going to do the last two subparts of each question. Question number 1, you are going to do third and fourth part in your fair copy. Similarly, question number 2, third and fourth part in your fair copy. Now I discuss question number 2 with you. It is z plus 6 and z minus 11. So for that we apply the second identity. The first element is positive and another is negative. So how we write? X square a minus b into x and minus ab. So what we are going to write here? Z into z will give you z square plus sign here. Then 6 minus 11z, and as one is positive another is negative, so minus sign, 6 into 11. So the answer becomes z square. 6 minus 11 will give you minus 5z. Minus plus will become minus, so I am writing minus 5z. 11 into 6 will give you minus 66. Then I discuss the third part with you. It is given c minus 5 and c plus 1. So what we write? C square plus sign minus 5 plus 1 into c, as one is positive another is negative, so minus sign is going to come, 5 into 1. So this give you c square. Minus 5 and plus 1 will give you minus 4, and outside it is plus sign, so it is going to be minus 4c. Minus 5 and is 5. So this is the answer line. Now question number 2, you are going to do third and the fourth bit in your fair copy. Question number 3, second part, it is given z minus 11 and z minus 4. Now both the second term are having negative sign. So how we write? Z square. When both are negative, so we keep the negative sign out and we write the positive sign between the two numbers, that is 11 plus 4. Z is a variable. As both are negative, so the last term is going to be positive, 11 into 4. So what we get? Z square. 11 plus 4 will give you 15, that becomes minus 15z. 11 into 4 will give you 44. Then question number 3, I discuss the fourth bit with you. A minus 3 by 5 minus a minus 1 by 3. So what we write? Both are negative, so first we are going to write the square term, that is a square. Both are negative, so negative sign out, and 3 by 5 plus 1 by 3. Outside the bracket it is going to be a. As both are in negative, so sign is, the product sign is going to be positive, so a in 3 by 5 into 1 by 3. Now we take the LCM of 5 and 3, so that becomes 15. 5 3s are, 3 3s is 9. 3 5 times, so 5 into 1 will give you 5a. 3 1s are 3 and 5 3s is 15. So that becomes a square. 9 plus 5 is 14. So we write minus 14 by 15 a plus 3 by 15. So your homework, your work will be question number 3, third and the fourth part in fair copy. Now I discuss question number 4. Question number 4, student has 2 parts, so you are going to do both the parts. P into P will give you P square. One is negative, one is positive, so positive sign out. And I write the positive term firstly and then the negative term. P minus 3 into 1 by 2. That becomes P square. 3 minus half will give you 2 half. As the number which has a greater numerical value is 3, So it is going to become minus 2 half p minus 3 1 is 3 by 2. If you do not know how to do it mentally, you can do it by taking the LCM. That will increase your one step, as I have done in the above question. 3 minus half is 2 half. Okay children. Now I discuss question number 5, second part. 9c plus 4 and 9c minus 2. So first step is going to become the square of 9c, that becomes 9c. 9 square is 81 and c square is c. One is positive, another is negative. So firstly I write outside the plus sign and positive term firstly and then negative term. C is the variable. One is positive, another is negative. The last term is going to be negative 4 into 2. So that becomes 81c square. 4 minus 2 is 2c. Minus 4 2s is 8. Then I discuss question number 5, fourth subpart. It is 5x minus 2 and 5x minus 7. Here both the second term are having negative sign. So in such case, we remember the fourth identity. We write the negative sign out and then only write the second term. So first term is going to become 5x square. So 5 square is 25. X square is x. When both are negative, so we write the negative sign out and we add both inside the bracket. That becomes 2 plus 7 and into 5x. It is going to be this. See, the first term is 5x, so it is going to be 5x. Here it was p, here it was p, so it is p here. It is 9c, first term is both is having the 9c, so it is going to be 9c. By mistake I wrote c, so children include 9 also here. So that will become 2 into 9. So that becomes 81c square plus 9 2 is 18c minus 8. Children, very important to remember the first term. So I did a small mistake here. It is 9. I forgot. So you do not forget. I have done the correction here. So remember 2 plus 7 into 5x. Whatever the first term is there, we are going to write that first term here. And the last term, as both are negative, so it's going to be plus. That becomes 2 into 7. So we get 25x square minus 9 into 5x plus 14. So that becomes 25x square minus 45x plus 14. This is the answer line. Now I discuss question number 6, second part. It is y square minus 1 and y square plus 4. So what we are going to write? Square of y square, that give you y4. As one is positive, another is negative, so I write positive sign outside. First I write the positive one, then the negative one. Into the first term is y square, so we are going to write y square over here. Sign is going to become, for the product of the two constant term is negative, as one is positive and another is negative. So 1 into 4 will give you 4. So that becomes y to the power 4 plus 4 minus 1 will give you 3y square minus 4. Now I discuss the second part with you all. It is t square minus 2 and t square minus 5. So what we write? This first term is going to the square of t square, that becomes t to the power 4. Both are negative, so we keep the negative sign out and we add both the term. As the first term is t square, so we are going to write t square over here. and both are negative, so the last term is going to become positive, and that is going to 2 into 5. So it becomes t to the power 4. 5 plus 2 is 7 minus 7t square plus 10. See, question number up to question number 8, we are going to do, all the questions has either 4 parts or 2 subparts. If it has 4 subparts, we are going to do last 2 parts in the fair copy. If it has 2 subparts, we are going to do both the subparts of the question, that question, as question number 5 and question number 4 and 7 both has 2 subparts, so we are going to do both the subparts of question number 4 and 7. Now I proceed with question number 8. For question number 7, we'll apply the distributive law, that is 2 is multiplying by 3 minus xy, as well as xy is being multiplied with 3 minus xy. So how we write? 2 into 3 minus xy plus xy into 3 minus xy. So that becomes 3 into 2 and 2 into xy, xy into 3 and xy into xy. So 3 2s is 6 minus 2xy plus 3xy, plus minus is minus x square and y square. As these two are the like terms, minus 2xy and plus 3xy, so we solve them. So we write 6 as it is. This is minus 2 and this is plus 3, so it will give you plus 1xy, and the last term is minus x square y square. So for question number 7, second part, you are going to apply the distributive law. For question number 8, 9 and 10, we are going to use the distributive law instead of using the identity. So it is 8, third part, 2y plus z into this. That means 2y is being multiplied with this, as well as z is multiplying. So how we write? 2y into 7z minus 3y plus z, 7z minus 3y. Now this 2y is being multiplied with both the terms inside the bracket, as well as z is being multiplied with both the terms inside the bracket. Now we multiply and write the answer. So it becomes 2 into 7z, 2y into 7z will give you 14yz minus 3 2s are 6y square plus 7z square minus 3yz. As these two are like terms, so we'll solve them. The rest we write as it is, that is 7z square minus 6y square plus 14yz and minus 3yz will give you plus 11yz. So question number 8, third and fourth part you have to do. Similarly, in question number 9 also, we are going to apply the distributive law. I do question number 9, second part for you. Again, we apply the distributive law. So, we rewrite it like 4m by p into 3m by p plus 0.5n by q. Minus sign is there, so I copy down minus sign, minus 0.2n q into 3mp plus 0.5n q. Now we multiply 4 3s is 12, m into m square, and p into p square. 12m square p square, plus sign is there. 4 into 0.5, if you multiply, that is going to become 2. m into n will give you mn, p into q will give you pq. So that becomes 2mn upon pq. Now minus and plus, it is going to be minus 3 into 0.2 will give you 0.6, m into n will give you mn, and p into q will give you pq. So that becomes 0.6 mn into pq. Minus and plus will give you again minus 5 2s is 10, and decimal after 2 places, so that will give you 0.1. n into n will give you n square, q into q will give you q square. So again these two are the like terms which can be solved. 2 minus 0.6 will give you 1.4. So how we write it? 12m square p square plus 1.4 mn into pq. Those who don't know how to subtract 2 minus 0.6 mentally, they can do it in the rough column also, and then we copy down the last term, that is 0.1 n square q square. Now I discuss question number 10, second part for you. So again we are going to use distributive law. So 3c square is multiplied with both the term inside this bracket as well as minus 4d square. So what we write? 3c square into 4c square minus 3d square minus 4d square to be copied. What is in the bracket here? 4c square minus 3d square. So when it is multiplied with both the terms inside, as well as this is also multiplied with both the terms inside the bracket. 4 3s is 12, c to the power 4, c into c square is c to the power 4. Minus sign is there, so minus 3 3s is 9, c square d square. Now when we multiply these two, this is plus, this is minus, so minus 4 4s is 16, c square d square, minus minus is going to become plus, 4 3s is 12, d square into d square will give you d to the power 4. Now these two are the like terms, so we solve them. So we get 12 c4. This is minus 9 and this is minus 16. Both are having the same sign, so it is going to be added. 16 plus 9 will give you 25. You always put the sign of the number which has a greater numerical value, so that becomes minus 25 c square d square. And the last is 12 d to the power 4. So this way we have done. I've done almost explained you all the questions. Now what your homework is, each question has 4 subparts. You are going to do the last subparts. If a question has 2 parts only, so you are going to do both the subparts, or if it has 3 parts, then also you are going to do the last 2 subparts. Student, what you have to remember in this, we have to be alert while multiplying. Check the sign and the variables that you are writing. That's the end of the session. Have a good day, children, and do complete your work.